Blavatskyan Theosophy's Doctrine of Emanation by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. At the core of Blavatskyan Theosophy is the concept of emanation, which is a central doctrine that underpins the entire Theosophical cosmology. To understand the doctrine of emanation in Blavatskyan Theosophy, it is essential to consider the historical and cultural context in which it emerged. Blavatskyan Theosophy was influenced by a variety of religious, philosophical and mystical traditions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, Neoplatonism and Western esotericism. Blavatsky herself travelled extensively and claimed to have been initiated into ancient esoteric traditions during her travels in India and Tibet. These diverse influences shaped the development of theosophical thought and contributed to the formulation of the doctrine of emanation. The concept of emanation has deep roots in the history of philosophy and theology, with early expressions found in the writings of Neoplatonist philosophers such as Plotinus and Proclus. In the theosophical context, emanation is understood as a process through which the ultimate reality, often referred to as the Absolute, the One, or the Divine Consciousness, gives rise to the manifest universe and all the beings within it. This process of emanation is not a linear progression, but rather an unfolding of existence from the transcendent to the immanent by a consciousness that continues to guide the universe. The doctrine of emanation differs from the theory of creation, which posits that the universe and all beings within it were created in a single deliberate definitive act by a divine entity or entities, rather than emerging or emanating from a single source. Creationism contrasts with the idea of emanation, which suggests a more gradual and interconnected process of manifestation. Also, creationism implies a distinct separation between the creator and the created, while emanation involves a more interconnected and continuous relationship between the source and its manifestations. The doctrine of emanation in Blavatskyan Theosophy is characterized by several key principles that elucidate the nature of the emanative process and its implications for the structure of reality. Firstly, emanation is understood as a process of emanating or pouring forth from the divine source, akin to the way in which light radiates from a central point. This imagery underscores the dynamic and creative nature of emanation, highlighting the generative power of the divine principle. Secondly, emanation is conceived as a hierarchical process, wherein the emanations or manifestations of the divine are organized into a structured and interconnected framework. This hierarchical structure reflects the idea that all beings and phenomena in the manifest universe are interconnected and derive their existence from the same ultimate source. Blavatskyan Theosophy has adopted the concept of the great chain of being, which illustrates the interconnectedness and the gradations of existence that enumerate from the divine. The great chain of being is a concept that originated in ancient Greek philosophy and was further developed during the Middle Ages. It posits a hierarchical structure of all matter and life forms, with a divine consciousness at the top and inanimate objects at the bottom. Each being or entity in this chain is believed to have its own place and purpose, with higher beings possessing more perfection and complexity than lower ones. This idea of a structured and ordered universe reflects a belief in cosmic harmony and balance, where all entities are interconnected and interdependent. The doctrine of emanation has profound implications for understanding the nature of reality in Blavatskyan Theosophy. By positing a dynamic and hierarchical process of emanation, Theosophy offers a framework for comprehending the interconnectedness of all existence and the underlying unity of the cosmos. This perspective challenges conventional dualistic and materialistic views of reality, emphasizing the spiritual, metaphysical, and transcendent dimensions of existence. Furthermore, the doctrine of emanation provides a basis for understanding the evolution of consciousness and the spiritual journey of individual beings. According to Theosophy, the process of emanation involves a descent of spiritual entities into material existence, followed by a cyclical process of involution and evolution through which beings strive to realize their innate spiritual potential and return to the divine source. This evolutionary perspective underscores the transformative and redemptive aspects of existence, offering a vision of human and cosmic evolution that transcends the limitations of purely materialistic paradigms. In addition to its theoretical and metaphysical implications, the Doctrine of Emanation in Blavatskyan Theosophy has practical applications for spiritual practice and self-transformation. The theosophical emphasis on the interconnectedness of all existence and the unity of the divine and the manifest world encourages individuals to cultivate a sense of spiritual kinship with all beings and to recognize the divine spark within themselves and others. This recognition forms the basis for ethical and compassionate action as individuals strive to align their thoughts, words and deeds with the principles of universal brotherhood and spiritual evolution. Moreover, the theosophical understanding of emanation as a cyclical and transformative process informs spiritual disciplines and practices aimed at facilitating the awakening and expansion of consciousness. Through meditation, study and service, individuals seek to attune themselves to the divine currents of emanation and participate consciously in the evolutionary journey towards spiritual realization. This transformative aspect of theosophical practice underscores the practical relevance of the doctrine of emanation in guiding individuals towards self-discovery, self-transcendence and the realization of their inherent spiritual nature. In conclusion, the doctrine of emanation in Blavatskyan Theosophy represents a foundational principle that elucidates the dynamic and interconnected nature of reality, the evolution of consciousness and the practical implications for spiritual practice and self-transformation. Rooted in diverse philosophical and mystical traditions, the doctrine of emanation offers a comprehensive framework for understanding the unity of the cosmos, the spiritual journey of beings, and the transformative potential inherent in the emanative process, exploring the historical context, key principles, implications for understanding reality, and practical applications of the doctrine of emanation, illuminates the significance of this central theosophical doctrine within the broader landscape of spiritual and philosophical thought.